So I guess it's V-Day, and I figured what better way to celebrate than making inappropriate jokes at 2D characters in a Japanese otome game. Now, I haven't played too many. I've played some cell phone otome games, but my understanding is all our love interests are probably going to be psychotic. They're probably going to be extraordinarily unhealthy. We're probably going to get kidnapped from how I understand how these things go. And so in that vein, I thought it was only appropriate to change the current husbando to Nagito, because if we're going to go crazy, we might as well go full Nagito crazy. So, whew, we'll see. All right, we're going to find out which one of these, I'm sure, perfectly loving and healthy gentlemen will treat us like the sweet bean that we are. I'm sure they're all gentlemanly and don't have mommy issues or anything. It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Nagito Komaeda. Yeah, you know, a perfect gentleman. You know, ultimate boyfriend. Oh, yeah. All right, I have never played. Let's find a good, sane person. Lord knows you find them in otomes. All right, let's dive in. I am going in blind. I know that this game is kind of like notorious. I mean, it's not like dramatical murder banned from Twitch notorious, but it's well known. I think it's well loved. And I would just like to state that I'm proud of myself for actually being able to get this running and streaming off the Switch at 11 a.m. on a Monday. As always, let me know if the game audio is too loud or too low. I don't know if there's voice acting either. I bet there's not. Oh. I got my coffee. I'm ready to go. I wonder why my chat box is all tiny. See if I can. It's. All right, the game audio might be okay. I feel like if it's blasting my ear holes, it's probably good enough to hear. How's your day going, Fluffy? How have you been? I feel like I haven't seen you much. All right, we can press any button. Oh, good, a dictionary. Yeah, happy V-Day! Oh God, what is my name? My name is Nyx. I am looking for perfectly sane and wholesome love in the wrong places. Yes, I am sure. This is a work of fiction. These men are not really your boyfriend. Oh, kawaii! Oh no! Chaos! Oh, that guy's having a bad time. This is an Atlas game too, I think. I think Atlas was the publisher for the 999 games? Because that bunny very much reminds me of both the Silent Hill bunny and like the crazy 999 series villains. I hope this whole thing isn't voice acted, because then I'm not gonna have a lot to do. The exciting world of detective paperwork. Your first task is to fill out these sheets in triplicate. Report of the X-Day incidents. Oh, maybe it's the V-Day incidents. There we go. We're on theme, babies. April 1st. Oh my God, this feels so Resident Evil with the music and the text. The video that started all this played on the giant screen facing Shinjuku train station. In order to restore tainted Japan to health, the countdown to V-Day will now begin. Our objective is simple. Purge the corruption from the land and make Shinjuku the site of its rebirth. Oh, this is already kind of messed up. If you are afraid, then leave this land. We will not be stopped. But know this, no matter where you are, you will be judged. There are no exceptions. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready. Judgment time. We will resurrect truth in this world. No longer will only the weak be persecuted. This is actually how me and Emmi met. Some people appearing to be police officers were tied up in the video. So police are working frantically to trace the broadcast. You feeling the romance? You feeling the romance, guys? Is that a best date or worst date there? Prior to the broadcast, a number of officers had been reported missing. I think we found them. The transmission's origin and the officers were never found. And then May arrived. Oh good, I love spring. I hate the winter. Another video showing the bound officers, hot, like the one in April, was uploaded. Oh, they're fine. See, it's okay. They're furries. There's nothing wrong with that. Thank you for waiting, everybody. The time for judgment is at hand. Judgment! As we mentioned before, the people here are criminals. In order to cure Japan, such people must be exterminated, but only as mascots. Judgment has been passed as a preview of V-Day. This is not the end. I hope not. We really just started. Henceforth, we will continue to met out justice to aid our nation's rebirth. Our name is Adonis, the god of beauty. Hear me well, listeners. Make sure that you remember this name. Okay, how can I forget? That is, I'm sure, very fitting. I believe you. I believe you. May this world become a paradise. They're fine. Okay, he's just taking a nap over there. The bunny's cleaning under his fingernails. Gunshots rang out during the declaration, and the police officers were shot. Oh, no. Not in a dating game. Who would be into dark, spooky dating games? The police traced the video to an abandoned building and confirmed one officer's death. However, other officers' bloodstains were found. The criminal's trail and the missing officer's whereabouts are still unknown. Next time on Unsolved Mysteries. Y'all in the mood for love yet? Is that I mean, it's no candlelight and roses, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's 2022, you know? You have to have that modern romance. Okay, okay. Cool. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Are we, okay, there we go. The I kind of want you to hold and pause on that one, I guess. The police traced the video to an abandoned building and confirmed one officer's death. Oh, no, wait, that's what we had. Yeah, yeah. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Why? Oh. Ooh. This incident began a chain of heinous crimes that continued into June, July, and August, and the number of victims steadily rose. Public scrutiny of the police grew harsh. Fair. As time passed and police efforts were fruitless. How will we ever defend ourselves from the mascots? A Roman numeral indicating a countdown and a unique coin believed difficult to counterfeit were found at the scene. Police were baffled as nobody knows Roman numerals anymore. Markings on the coin led some to speculate that the villains really loved cats. A once dismantled terrorist organization known as Adonis had been reborn. And then, on September, say, do you remember? Exasperated by the repeated incidents, the government enacted extreme measures. I legit thought this was the real narration for Walgreens. Oh, thank you. Hi, Shinken, welcome. We're taking a wholesome stream of finding, I guess, true love in Collar X Malice. I'm sure only good vibes. Shinjuku Quarantine Act. This measure, intended to trap the criminals within the borders of Shinjuku, obviously drew the wrath of the public. Demonstrations bordering on riots broke out, but the government suppressed these and stated that it was for Shinjuku's safety. The government did not stop there. It also adopted unprecedented extra-legal measures. Repeal of the Swords and Firearms Control Law. There's a swords law? Oh no. To provide citizens a means of defense, firearms were provided to all people over the age of 20 within Shinjuku. Brilliant idea. It was all under the pretext of self-defense. The firearms and ammo were all coded in order to quickly determine a shooter's identity whenever a weapon was discharged. No more swords, only guns. How else will we fight for their hearts? The criminals have guns, so the people should be given equal access to equal arms. This isn't just gonna turn into like a battle royale or anything. Thus, as an extra legal measure, the residents of Shinjuku District exclusively have an obligation to carry firearms. The rest of Japan is just going on its normal business like, yo, they crazy in the city. The law ratified behind closed doors was suddenly announced to the public. The police had to obey the government's mandate, and the unrest of the citizens trapped within Shinjuku swelled. It was ripe for love. Though upset, one could say that the citizens were now better suited to survive other incidents, like dating. It was obvious this plan was full of holes. Bullet holes. But there was no turning back. On V-Day, all would be reborn, in order for their utopia to become reality. Ah! It's the title! We've reached the title! Oh, I think that's us. Can this gritty detective find love? Oh, good. A game of answering the phone. Yes, you have reached the SRCPO. I believe that stands for Special Containment Unit. Yeah, this is Miss Hoshino on the line, right? That man with a gun is loitering here again. Please come right away. Bitch, don't you have a gun too? Like we've established, everybody has guns. Masanabu Mochida. Oh, okay, thanks. Was it that granny again, Hoshino? Yes. Your face tells me she hung up on you again. How many times is that now? I'm sorry. Who are you again? She always hangs up before I can say anything, so I couldn't tell her no. Shoot him yourself, ma'am. Listen, Hoshino, think about every time we've gone out there. I like the Japanese voice acting. Even when we follow up on her reports, it's always just her imagination or something that wasn't worth the trip out there. How many times has she sent us out on a wild goose chase now? I have no idea what I just said. Great. It's certainly... Oh, that's the hide text button. We're learning things together. It certainly is true that we've gotten nothing out of any of her reports so far. But the way Shinjuku is now, we can't be certain that it'll just be nothing again. What if there's more teenagers loitering? Who's going to stop them with force? Well, that's true. In any case, isn't the old woman just feeling uneasy? Can't we calm her with our swords and guns? Until 3 short months ago, it would have been unimaginable for a common citizen to be armed to the goddamn teeth. Fuck it. You're awful calm about this, Hoshino. If I didn't know better, I'd never guess that you'd only been on the job for, I don't know, 5 minutes. Huh? Really? Thank you, Senpai. Yeah. When I joined the force, I was a lot more reckless. I was pretty much a daredevil after all. Filing my reports in only duplicate, rather than triplicate. The bosses didn't trust me worth a damn. Even now, I think you're too bold. Sorry, I guess I should say hardworking. Now all I do in the SPC containment unit is take complaints and apologize for them, even when people talk crap. It's fun being a detective. Back then, the blood would rush to my head. You know, I've really grown up now. You could even say I've turned into a man. Anyway, there's no way that the SCP would get to work the V-Day cases. That's a real shame. Mochida's gazing into the distance again. He really wants to investigate those cases. But I really feel like we should stop and maybe get some coffee, some donuts, put my feet up on the desk, and, I don't know, maybe harass some homeless people. Once the Quarantine Act was enacted, Shinjuku Station set up a service for residents. You could get in line to get your guns and swords outside any police station. We've been soliciting tips on the incident, but we're really understaffed and spending a lot of time narrating to each other. Special Regions Crime Prevention Office, or the SCP, comprises officers from many areas. We mainly deal with calls like the one earlier, or unverifiable claims, and we also patrol Shinjuku to keep the peace. Mochida and I were transferred from the local station here, so we often work together. Shinjuku is a hive of animosity and distrust, so it's not safe to go on a leisurely stroll for armed-to-the-teeth officers like us. Usually when we get a report, we'll hear about how people don't trust the police. But it still looks like there are some people who rely on the police. You're right. We shouldn't keep that granny waiting too long. Strap up and let's go. Yes, sir. All right, let's go harass this granny with our guns. Stop! Freeze! Police! I'm sure it's just another guy hanging around that creeped her out for no particular reason. But whenever you hear her out, that old lady looks really relieved. Well, she lives alone, so I don't think she has anyone else that she can count on. Did you bring the RPG launcher? She looks kinda scary, but sometimes she talks about her grandchild. I don't get paid enough to stop and listen to that, but here we are. I'm sure that she's actually a kind person, just wasting our time. It probably seems that way to you when you're the one talking to her. Good thing I sent you and I'm just here to watch and laugh. You're good at listening to children and elderly people. Thanks? Not me. I always want to cut them off and make them get to the point. I have to agree, Mokaido is pretty much exactly like that. Rude. Hey, Hoshino. Is this where, or this is where you're supposed to deny it? No. Oh, sorry. Seriously, man. You're so my subordinate. You're supposed to back me up. That hurts. Hi! Thanks for the raid! Oh my god! Hi, new peeps! We're finding wholesome love in post-apocalyptic Hokkaido, Shinjuku. Oh hi! Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, we have some. This is our first time finding love in Collar X Malice, so I have no idea what to expect. Except, I mean, I kind of know how some otomes go, and we're hoping to find a nice boy that we can bring home to Mama. So far, we're armed to the teeth. We're about to harass an old woman, and our boss is kind of a tool bag. Oh, thank you. Got emotional damage. Oh yeah. Hi everybody. Mokaida is my superior, but he always treats me like we're equals, so I really feel like I can just be myself around him. Yes, harass an old lady. What else are the cops for? I thought the police force would have a strict pecking order, so that was a big relief, though I'll never admit that to his face. I love Mokaida. Oh yeah. Hey, are you cops? You seem to have an awful lot of free time. Huh? I turned to face the voice behind me. A vexed man with a gun glared at me. To be fair, we've established that everybody has guns. I missed this game with my life. Hope you enjoy. Oh, thank you, and thank you for the raid. It's because you cops are so incompetent that we got trapped here in Shinjuku. Ow! But we haven't even gotten that far in the romance. They are speeding this up. Get on your knees and apologize to us. You'll accept your punishment, right? One of the men raised his gun at me. I feel like that would be normal at this point. Stop that crap. Mokaida! Mokaida swiftly closed the distance and disarmed the man with an arm lock. Oh, thank you, Theory Conspiracy. Oh my god, I can't keep up with the follows. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with us and looting over what will hopefully eventually be some husbandos. Oh, thank you so much. Did I miss anybody? Oh, please let me know if I missed calling you out with my deep appreciation for the follow. Damn you, let him go. I thought our voice was part of the game. Oh, thank you so much. Threatening someone with a gun has a harsh penalty. You still want to give it a shot? Oh, Mokaida. That's... So what? You think I care about that? I won't make any excuses for what happened. You can probably tell I'm just playing around. Still, I don't see any reason for a cop like me to endure treatment like this. Anyway, find a better way to vent your anger that doesn't involve hurting other people. Oh, so daddy, a little chiding. That gun was given to you for your self-defense. You need to respect that weapon. It's not to be used as an offensive weapon. We didn't give you all these Glocks, swords, knives, RPG launchers, grenades, and Molotovs for nothing. I respect the hell out of your... Oh, Average Phantom Newful, thank you so much. Oh my god, I must not have like my sound alerts like coming through my headphones. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh my god, I appreciate it. I respect the hell out of your VO work. Oh, thank you, Miko. Perhaps cowed by Mokaida's words, they reluctantly lowered their weapons. Oh, he shamed them. Good. The sun's going down now, so leave her alone and run on home. Mokaida returned the gun he took from the man and shooed them off. Don't pull that on civilians, you hear me? Don't bring a gun to a knife fight. Don't you ever do that again. And if you do, I swear I will bend you over my knee and give you the spanking of a lifetime. Oh. Hi. You're very close. The trio retreated quietly and Mokaida turned to me. Sorry, Hoshino. Those guys. I know. We'll overlook this, won't we? There's no shortage of people who harbor that kind of animosity towards the police. Obstructing an officer is a jailable offense, though they're not exactly wrong for blaming the police for creating this situation. We did arm them to the teeth. He probably smells like justice. Sir, is that justice you're wearing? Have you maybe put on some eau de law and order? Get out of my personal bubble before you get shot. Sir, is that 5 guns in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Mokaida must have felt the same way, so he chose to simply let them go with a warning. I recorded the firearm number for their guns. How? Bitch, how? Did you pin them down? Did you, like, take a cell phone photo? Did you ask them nicely? Please, sir, stop harassing this police officer. Can I get your gun registration number? Woo! Oh, thanks. I don't think those guys are bad people. One of them still had his safety on anyway. Still, you've matured as a cop and as a woman. You're calm when someone draws a gun at you. Oh, it happens every day now, so it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of weird to say that I'm used to it, but I can assess the situation now instead of blindly firing into crowds. I'm thirsting over Mokaida and still crying. I bet he's not dateable, is he? Like, I bet he's not a character path, is he? Considering I don't think he's on the box art. Oh my, water, I know. It's always like the side characters too that get you, where you're like, can you just make the route? Once the swords and firearms law got repealed, I would tremble if I was drawn on. Despite my training at the police academy, I lost my nerve on several occasions when someone pointed a gun at me with hostility. I can't imagine why. Oh, you're in for a ride. There's 3 side characters I wanted to date so badly. Oh my god. I think this is actually my first console Otome too. I've played a few on Steam, mostly Western ones. And I know, thank you, Zoto. I know, I'm so bad at that. I'm bad at staying hydrated. I've got my my lemon sparkling water here to keep my voice going. But I figured what, like, legendary game to go in other than Collar X Malice, so, oh my god. Plus, I love my Psycho Boys. What can I say? I'm a big Tsundere Yandere fan. Oh, snap. Mokaida. More like I want to Mokaida away with him. Nice theory, conspiracy. Right, I love the art style. I love the look of the husbandos. Like, crazy long-haired boys are, like, my bag. But every time that happened, Mokaida stepped in and protected me. Protected me with that strong body and that strong smell of justice. It's all thanks to you, Mokaida. Watching you handle yourself like you just did has eased my fear of guns quite a bit. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's not what I would have gone with, but it's something you naturally get used to once you've experienced it. Every time someone points a gun at me in anger, I get a little bit stronger. Besides, when situations like this arise, I gotta stick up for my subordinate. Oh, senpai! Makida puffed out his chest and then let out a carefree laugh. I want to feel the same pain and romance. Oh my god, they go hand in hand. He's relaxed like an easygoing uncle. Awkward, not how I would have described this relationship, but he's my reliable superior. Speaking of guns, stares at bulging pecs. Yo, preach theory. Sir, I'm feeling a little faint after that incident. Can we just maybe rest our head on your booba just a little bit? Just a little bit. When we returned to the station, we could hear the stirrings of a commotion. Our commotions were also stirring after that incident. Who'd they drag in this time? Well, crime rates in Shinjuku are at a record high. Bitch, I know, we're cops. Most of them are first-time offenders. It means civilians haven't accepted the purge yet as the normal way of life. As long as there are people willing to dirty their hands, there will also be wannabe heroes. We've got to get the Batman. Heroes, huh? Last month, the criminal claimed responsibility for V-Day and started shooting randomly. Bystanders gunned him down, and the incident ended without any innocent victims, but... apparently Zodo is Batman. We can't have vigilantes like Batman and Spider-Man around this town. There was talk of thank yous and rewards, and more people started to do the same. The criminal died of his wounds, but investigators found no connection between him and V-Day. The theory is that he was a copycat criminal. Man, they love their copycat criminals, don't they? Due to this incident, however, the number of people actively carrying guns increased. I thought at this point, like, if you just walked down the street, they were handed to you. Like, you renew your license, gun. You buy some milk, gun. There are some who praise the citizens taking matters into their own hands, but normally our job would be to bring the guy in. Fuck that. Shoot him in the streets, despite all that. Officer Mokida, we don't know who might be listening. Mokida looked around and made a sour expression. He lowered his voice. Sorry. I know the brass said to suck it up, but this is just so half-assed. I know how you feel. Keep whispering to me, Senpai. I'm just as impatient as you are. As a police officer, I also want to help solve the V-Day cases. All I can do is lend an ear to the citizens that turn to the SCP. That's all I can do. I can't actually enforce the law. I can't actually arrest anyone. I can just listen to their concerns, be there for them, maybe hold their hand gently. Hoshino, I have some business with the local planning office. Can you go on ahead? I'm so sorry if the voices aren't consistent for a while. Sometimes it takes me a bit to get into the swing of who has what voice. He lowered his voice. His voice quaked the chambers within me. Oh my god. We'll be writing our own fanfics in the chat. Hell yeah. Hoshino, I have some business with the local planning office. Can you go on ahead? Oh, thank you, Theory. Yes, sir. I parted ways with Mokida. Am I saying his name right, by the way? Is it Mokida? And soon I came across a familiar face. Good work today, Saeki. Oh crap, that one might give me some trouble. Saeki? Oh, Yuzuru Saeki, 23. Local, he's in the police box. That's where the police box is, where we put the bad boys. Mochida? Oh my god, if it's Mochida, that is adorable. Yo, Cloud is looking good these days. He filled out a little bit, grew up from his previous games. Oh fuck, what is his voice? Mochi, because we're gonna eat him up. Preach! Hey, Hoshino. Same to you. Are you off today? No, not yet. I was just on my way to file a report. Riveting. We attended the academy together and became friends while we were out drinking. We also got assigned to the same office, so we're drinking and venting buddies. The times that they let him out of the police box, we have a great time. What about you, Saeki? Nope, I'm also stuck here writing a report, same as you. By the way, we're still on for drinking tomorrow, right? Hell yeah! I have a lot of things I want to ask you. What, more therapy sessions? You've had it rough since you joined the SPC containment unit. Back at the academy, you were always so fired up. You wanted to make a difference by catching even one more criminal. It was so cute how you thought that's what we did. Well, but back then I never would have imagined things would turn out this way. That we'd be armed to the teeth, living in the purge, shooting civilians. Hey, I'm not saying that I don't like that passionate side of yours. I suppose all that passion went out the SPC service window, though. We have a service window? Is there a drive-through? Is there a drive-through at the police station? Oh, I'll show you passion. Oh, you guys are down bad. Oh, we haven't even gotten to the love interest. We looting them all. No, it didn't. My feelings haven't changed a bit from back then. We're gonna catch every criminal. Oh, there's that spirit again. That's how you should be. Without thinking, I flashed a smile in response to Saeki's grin. I could flash more, but this isn't really an M-rated game. I feel a bit more relaxed now. I feel so safe, so vulnerable around. Saeki knows just the right thing to say when, I'm getting back to my narrator voice. Although I'm kind of good, like, it seems like her inner thoughts and yet the narrator are still two different text styles for whatever reason. Saeki knows just the right thing to say when my mind is like this, throbbing in a flutter. He's a big reason why I can stay optimistic in this job, despite all the dilemmas I face. Do I take the Glock? I can't think of any other gun names right now. How many knives can I fit in my boot before we head out on patrol? Oh, that's a nice voice, actually. Well. I was wondering who you were talking to, Saeki, eh? Oh, it's Senpai Daddy again. Good work today, Officer Mochida. You off now? No, I still need to follow up on some work. Have a good evening. Saeki bowed slightly towards Mochida and gave me a look. Hey. Good luck. Yeah, thanks. Don't go! You two get along pretty well. You're going drinking tomorrow, right? Huh? Oh, did I mention that? I'm sorry, was I drooling? Saeki did about a week ago, I think. He came by and told me you were going out so that I wouldn't give you overtime. Yeah, because we have so much work to do not catching any criminals. So, sorry, Saeki's a little too straightforward sometimes. Well, at times like these, you gotta stretch your wings a bit. Have fun, you crazy kids. Oh, we will. Oh, we will. Oh, back to our paperwork. After I handed my report off to Mochida, I suddenly remembered something. I'm here to find some love interest. What are we doing? Oh my god. I should stop by before I head home. Oh hell yeah, the shooting range. When I have even a little bit of free time, I like to fire my weapons. When I'm not aiming my weapons at civilians, I'm aiming them at paper targets. I practice at the station shooting range. I want to improve my skills just in case they're needed. Plus, shooting helps calm my nerves and deal with anxiety. I could try yoga, maybe some deep breathing, but no, it is holding 5 pounds of cold steel between my hands that really does it for me. I took a firing stance and took a deep breath. My hands used to shake just holding it. Go on. Even when firing on static targets, I was reluctant to hold a weapon for killing people. Now I can fire a bullet between their eyes without a second thought. The day that I dispelled that hesitation was during training one day at the academy. It was the first time I killed a man. Firing stance is considered a yoga pose. All right, everybody, we're going to transition gently from downward dog into stop police, I will shoot. Oh, you're still here. Your face says something's bothering you again. Saeki, I don't think I'm suited for this job after all. I'll never be the best barista. I'm just shooting a target now, but what if it were a real person? Would they ever forgive me? I know that I'd miss in that situation. Hoshino, what do you think that gun is for? I'm guessing relaxation, murder, getting my way in the supermarket. For catching criminals, right? The thing we've already established we're not very good at. That again. Are you being a bit hard-headed? I believe that gun is so we can shoot to protect. It's for yoga. Get your mat, your block, and your revolver. Not just anyone can do it. Police officers have trained to do so. Shooting to protect? Huh. I never thought of it that way. You could catch a hostage taker when he lowers his guard, or mobilize a fleeing criminal, or cut to the front of the line at the movies. You can do that with accurate marksmanship. But if you don't have the conviction and skill to shoot, you're going to let the hostages die. It will haunt you all your nights. Their faces will never leave. I'm going. Sorry, Nix. Criminals could escape and commit more crime, and it would all be your fault. It's yoga the American way. It's like I believe there are actually states that have banned that'll do like yoga, but have banned saying namaste. So that's the American yoga. It isn't a killing weapon. I mean, you can kill someone with it, easier than other methods. But you shoot to protect. Can't you try and think of it that way? You have to love your gun. Yeah, you're right. The reason we're issued guns is because we're responsible for protecting the people, or listening to them complain on the phone. Yeah. Besides, Hoshino, I think that because we're allowed to carry guns, we need to be ready for the worst. Wait, guns aren't killing weapons? No. A gun is a symbol of inner peace, of relieving anxiety, of finding your truest self, and also killing weapons. What am I supposed to use guns for then? Eating my soup? If you're not strapped for breakfast, why do you even get up in the morning? I mean, you could fit some soup in the barrel. I don't know. Freaking chamber filled with soup. Worst case scenario, you mean we might have to kill to protect the innocent? Yeah. You have to be prepared to take a life in order to protect the lives of others. If it were to come down to that, would you have what it takes to shoot? Could you kill a man, Nix? Could you look at him straight in the eye and kill a man? Yeah, sometimes you oversleep and need to get the soup down fast, and sometimes your gun gives you the courage to do that. After listening to his words, I understood what the weight of a weapon meant to Saeki. For him, this was not just a tool for killing. It was a tool for 3 square meals a day, for practicing his yoga, and for really finding himself. It was a means to protect people and to kill them. I shouldn't hold a gun without the resolve, and a police officer must be ready to shoot. Let's go, Saeki. Let's start firing. After that, I devoted myself to training. As Saeki said, conviction alone is worthless. And also, as Saeki said, could you kill a man? Without marksmanship, a gun would still just be a killing weapon. And with marksmanship, it's a more effective killing weapon. To make sure that I would be able to protect, I've been training at the range every moment of my spare time. I wake up at the gun range. I eat at the gun range. I sleep at the gun range. I take dinner at home, though, because, you really have to have some downtime. But then, back to the gun range. My skills have improved dramatically. In fact, marksmanship is my greatest skill. What's your favorite hobby to do at the gun range? Of course, I doubt my performance in the field will mirror my skill in training. I never know when that time will come, but when a key moment comes, I don't want regrets. I want to shoot first and ask questions later. As long as Shinjuku stays this way, as long as the V-Day incidents are unsolved, I get the feeling that I'll need to be ready to kill, or maybe find love. I aimed my pistol again and raised my head. Oh shit! Oh my god, do we actually get to shoot anything? Are we actually gonna fire our weapon? What the hell? It was so dramatic. No, one more time. We are so epic. Oh my god, I'm not doing something, right? I must be, oh god. Oh, maybe I did it. That is nothing like actually firing a gun, by the way. It's so different from other otome games. Should have pricked. Hi, Emmy. Right? So we're practicing gun fu. Whew. I was shot too at the first cue. Pew, pew, pew. Before I knew it, an hour had passed. I had shot holes in the entirety of the gun range. My hands bleeding, my head pounding, 3 casualties, but it's worth it. In the end, all of my shots had formed a tight grouping in the center. I let out a deep sigh. Whew! Was that as good for you as it was for me? Some fine shooting is expected. Is this new? Is this a new? Whoa! Surprised by the sudden voice behind me, I spun around, startled, with my gun in hand. Oh, it's Saeki again. Saeki, you still haven't left? I have been shooting this place up like a mad woman. What? You should not be standing there. I got bogged down with work. I figured I'd step out for a breather, and I saw that you were here. That man is intense. Isn't he beautiful? He kind of looks like Cloud, but like a more approachable, less whiny Cloud. Oh, were you watching this whole time? Because you can. If you want. It's you. You can. You should have said something. I would have put on more of a show. You were concentrating pretty hard, so I didn't want to interrupt. Besides, I was enjoying it. Oh, senpai. Cloud, after just a touch of PCP. Oh, shit. Huh? I like what. He likes watching us shoot, guys. I like watching you shoot. It helps me relax. The fuck? It's cathartic, I guess. Whew. Emotionally stable Cloud without the chronic migraines. Saeke, I don't want to get too personal, but you're not a clone, are you? What the heck? Should I be happy to hear that? Because I am. Of course, it's a compliment. I respect you. I respect that you're a hard worker and that you try and improve yourself for the future. Where's this suddenly coming from? You won't get anything flattering out of me. Why not? He's always confident, so something fell off. Is him like gently complimenting us not confident? Is there something wrong with that? Saeke let out a small chuckle at my attempt to deflect my embarrassment. You've always been so passionate. You started coming here more once the weapons ban was lifted a few months ago, right? Yeah, I spend my every waking moment here. I can't sleep without 2 pounds of cold steel in my palms. As he said, it was around then. He knew, even though I hadn't spoken about it. How would he have ever guessed? Fluffy, you almost got a concussion yesterday. What happened? Oh no, is that what happens when you watch the Super Bowl? This is why I don't follow a lot of sport. I definitely intensified my training after the weapons ban was lifted. A bike almost fell on your head. How does that happen? Because this hunk of metal, which a trained police officer needed conviction to wield, had been distributed to the untrained, unwashed pleb masses. Oh no, I have no alert set up. But I am on Twitter, Sweet Nix Plays. The world had turned into a place where people around half-jokingly draw guns at other people, just as those men had done earlier today. Children on the playground playing like rock, paper, scissors with their firearms. This was about 10 minutes ago, but thanks for the flashback. When I remember Mokaida's words, the pistol felt, thanks, Emmi, felt heavier than ever. I need to set those up. I'm a new bean. I still have a lot to set up, but thank you. This was not something to be taken lightly. I'm sure that many of the citizens baffled by the government policy felt similarly. Some objected to the distribution of guns, but now some people will obviously use them. And not just for self-defense. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to make civilians carry this burden. I have the conviction to shoot, but will they? They should come hang out at the gun range, too. I'm a cop. That's my responsibility. I'll fulfill my duty no matter what, but people who haven't readied themselves now have the power to kill someone with a trigger pull. Yeah, I think that's weird, too. The fact that we could carry guns set us apart. It made us better than them. We trained to defend the law and had guns to uphold it. I see what you're saying. Even if the government says this is for self-defense, I think this is wrong. I don't think people should just be in line at the grocery store waving guns around. It was mounted to the wall and I was in the garage sitting right under it. And then a puppy peed on my cousin? And then the bike fell. Oh my god! That sounds like one that is terrible. I'm glad you were saved by a puppy. It's the I am following you. Oh, thank you, Super! Thank you! Oh, being saved by a puppy is the best way to be saved in any situation. I wanted to put them in a big basket with the sign, "Free Guns." Yes! That was the official government distribution plan. A chicken in every pot and a gun in every hand. Yo, right? That puppy is a saint. Oh my god, that is terrifying, but I'm glad you're okay, jeez. Even if it's for self-defense, I don't think babies should have guns too. The people who run the country don't want to talk about what they've done here. I'm not in a position to protest it, but I can't approve of a world where people are suddenly made to wield a weapon. I mean, they don't even have the dexterity to get their little chubby fingers around the trigger. Words alone aren't enough. We need to use more guns. When the moment comes, my skills need to prevent civilians from ever having to use their guns by using my guns before they can use their guns. Yeah, I won't lag behind you, although I don't think I'll be able to beat you now. You've always had a gift for marksmanship. I respect a woman that can shoot me from 900 yards. I don't know how it fell, though no one hit it. It was a ghost trying to kill me. Have you angered the spirits? American edition. I know, I feel like this is like... this is a little extra. Like, not only is the world in chaos, you're not even allowed in a store if you don't have, like, 2 guns and a concealed carry permit. As an American, I love this. As an American, I approve this message. Sayeke the Undateable strolled away with a bright laugh. As I watched him leave, and oh, I did, he looked back at me with a vague smile. Hey, Hoshino. When a criminal is right in front of you, you're prepared to fucking shoot them, right? I'll think less of you if you don't. Yeah. I'll do my best, Senpai. I'll do my best to murder criminals. I could now resolutely answer the question that he had asked me before. Yes, Sayeke, I could kill a man. I returned Sayeke's smile and settled into a firing stance with my gun. I pulled the trigger without hesitation, as if to demonstrate my determination. What the fuck, does everybody have guns, even babies? Yes, Super. We are finding love in Japan, in an area where the crime is so rampant. The only solution has been to arm everyone to the teeth. Oh, we're shooting again. Oh, God. Conviction was carved into my heart, along with, I assume, shrapnel. Everyone needs guns. Yes. How, I mean, let's think about it, right? The solutions are guns and wolves, and maybe wolves with guns. I think that's actually like a conservation strategy right there. Oh, wow. Oh my God. Wow. It is like the hum of the crowd in this scene is actually like deafening. Holy shit. It's game audio. I feel like I am having an episode with that noise. Oh, but so, and I mean, beyond the obvious, how would we find love? If we're not armed to the teeth, who would respect us as a woman and a police officer if we didn't know how to shoot to kill? I left the station and walked to my home when a brisk wind made me shiver. I probably should have been wearing pants. Oh, that's cold. Even through a muffler and a thick coat, the December chill stung my... Guns! Hi, baby! My breath exited my body as a tiny white cloud, and I glanced at the nearby buildings. This place sure has changed. You know, since we armed all the civilians. Shinjuku used to be bustling day and night. Nowadays, it was mostly empty after nightfall. Considering the shooting competitions among children, after all. Much of society just stopped functioning once Shinjuku became quarantined. Wow, too real, game. Too real. Shops, schools, and utilities continued to work to the government's satisfaction, but everything else was non-existent. So long as the criminals remained at large, there would always be an uneasiness here. Happy V-Day! We're romancing, crazy men during the purge in Japan. It's hard to tell people to live their normal lives in this situation. You couldn't just visit friends anymore. At least not unless you were armed. You had to weigh it against being targeted. Ah, yes, my favorite V-Day tradition. Indeed. Let's go! I fucking love guns. Guns, we love this game. It's about people. It is. So far, the true love of our Otome game protagonist is her fucking firearm. Husbando fully loaded. So far, we have had more guns than thirst. Her biggest hobby, the shooting range. People didn't know whether they or their loved ones would be the next victims. Yes, but they had to go on living somehow. It was hard to put into words just how much I miss life before. Wow. Too soon, game. I know I'm not the only one who has come to this realization. Wait, are you a new streamer? Pretty much. I mean, this is I'm on like maybe a month tops, yeah? Like tops a month. I probably should have turned that off before I left home. How embarrassing. I'm vibrating here. Bing. I hurriedly took out my phone, which was displaying Mochida's name. Does he have a problem with my report? You can't tell, can you? That's the sweet next seal of quality for you. Oh my god. You're too sweet. I feel like you can totally tell. Like someone will rate, I'll be like, or people will be saying sweet things and I'm all like, Wondering what I'll do if I was asked to return, I answered the call. God, I can't wait to go back to the office for more paperwork. Yes, this is Hoshino. Sorry to call you back to work, but it's urgent. It sounds like there's trouble in Shinjuku Garden. Let me guess, it's gun-related. Shinjuku Garden. Anyone hearing that name would be wary. The V-Day incident in August, Shinjuku Garden was the scene of the crime and the epicenter of much public fear. No one had seen plants before. It should be closed off to the public. Given the site, we can't rule out a connection to the V-Day cases. Oh, keep going at the... Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. The concept of everyone having a gun alone is super nuts. Oh, it's full purge. This is just full purge. But you're a natural. The sass. Guns. Oh, no. Fluffy is right. Guns are the problem and the solution to all of life's problems. I was expecting to say welcome. Oh my god, we can bring the swagger to any reigns. Most of the officers from the police boxes are... What the fuck is a police box? Who is in the police box? I need to know more about the police box. Are we punished in there? Do I have a Discord? I do not. I have a Discord name, but I don't have like a channel. It's the box you put police in. Duh. Well, our undateable love interest Saeke came from the police box, so we assume he's been bad. Most of the officers from the police boxes are out on other business, so they've asked us to respond to the situation. Acknowledged. I'll head there right away. We don't know who or what we're dealing with, so bring more guns. I mean, how we can't get any more armed than we already are. Bring the mechs. Jump in the Metal Gear. Stand by until I get there. You hear me? And maybe bring a bottle of nice rosé. I know. I won't act on my own. Cool. We have no autonomy. I ended the call and hastily made my way over to Shinjuku Garden. Police boxes like the 1950s in the UK. They time travel. That's canon. It's canon. When I arrived, I quickly scouted the area and assessed the situation. Freeze or I'll shoot. Gee, I hope there are no bodies here. Or, I don't know, a strange, beautiful man with a clouded past that is subtly interested in me but can't admit it. Nobody's here. The area was dark and visibility was poor. We would have to explore more to uncover the map. He's asking you to think outside the police box. Oh my god, so true, Theory. Have you ever dabbled in anime fan dubs? Oh no. I feel like I need your abridged take of everything. Oh my god, I love like Dragon Ball Z abridged. Those things are hilarious. From one streamer to another, Discord servers are a huge help for. Oh, thank you. Oh, you stream too, yay! The police box was an experiment. Oh shit, Emmy. The police box was an experiment to see if you put a policeman in a box with an innocent civilian. There's no way to know if the civilian is alive or dead until you open the box. You're competing with his true love in life, the wife. Oh my god, I love you guys. Dragon Ball Z Bridge is a masterpiece. Yes, it is. I would like to point out too, I feel like the true strength of a streamer, especially if you're trying to crack jokes, is the chat. Because without you all being hilarious. Oh, thank you, Shinken, for the follow. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, thank you. Without the joy of you all to play off of, it's not as good. Like it's fabulous. I love it. I love bouncing off y'all, and it's my favorite part of streaming. 32, you're getting it. That's my lucky number too. Oh, Nick's voice is heavy. That's my, oh, I'm so flustered right now. That's not really a blush. That's more of like a face, but, and even my heart's face is kind of, ominous, but oh, yay. Remember to put the safety on. Always bring protection in these games. Oh, well, with all the flusterings and us about to be getting ambushed, I am going to take a quick break because I am out of beverage and by God, I need to hydrate. So I am going to take maybe like 4 or 5 minutes tops, and then I will be right back. So hold tight, sweeties. Thank you. Just a moment.